Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Today we are going to learn about figures of speech. Now the question is, what are figures of speech? So let's look at the definition. A figure of speech is a deviation from the ordinary use of words in order to increase their effectiveness. Now what does deviation mean? Deviation means not to use in the normal way. So you use words in a different, in a varied way, in a different way, in a changed way, in a new way, in a novel way, right? So you use the words in a different way to create effectiveness in your creative writing. So when you're writing something, if you want to make it more impressive and want readers to want to read what you have written, you use figurative speech, right? So basically, it is a figurative language that may consist of a single word or phrase. So it can be one word or it can be a phrase comprising of 2, 3 or 4 words or more words, right? So, and what is figurative language? It may convey the meaning other than the literal meaning, right? Not the exact meaning of the word. For example, in Urdu we say sar par pav rakh kar bhagna. So actually the person is not actually putting the feet on the head and running. The person is running fast. So this phrase is a figurative language, and it is conveying the meaning that the person is running fast, right? So they do not communicate the literal meaning. They mean something else. Let's look at some examples. The first example is a simile. In a simile, two unlike things are compared. For example, that summer was as hot as an oven, right? So this over here, the heat of the summer is compared with the heat of the oven. So, and we have used the word as. A simile is introduced by words such as like, so, as, etc. So when we use a word which shows the comparison, it is a simile. Metaphor is a hidden simile. It's an implied simile. It is an informal or implied simile in which words like, as, so are omitted. They are not used. For example, he is like a lion. Because of like, this is an example of a simile. And he is a lion is a metaphor. Like is omitted from this example, right? So it is an implied simile. The next is hyperbole. Hyperbole is a statement made emphatic by overstatement, right? So you exaggerate. Over here the example says, virtues as the sands of the shore. You must have seen that on the shore, on the seashore, the sand is in a huge quantity and the particles cannot be counted. So over here, the virtues, the good deeds, the number of good deeds are compared to the sand particles on the seashore. So this is an exaggeration. This is not possible. Similarly, when your mother says that, I have told you to clean your room 1,000 times. So she doesn't actually mean that she has said it 1,000 times. What she means is that she has said it several times. So this 1,000 times is an exaggeration. This is an example of hyperbole. Personification. Personification is giving human characteristics to inanimate, non-living objects. Right? So when you give human qualities to something which cannot really have those qualities, that is called personification, and you can look at the word carefully. So it is person. Person means human. Personify means to make human, and personification is this giving human qualities to inanimate objects. Example, we may say the furious storm. That means an angry storm. So we are giving human quality to the storm. The thirsty ground means the ground is dry and it's absorbing all the water. And the pitiless cold, the cold has no mercy, has no pity on anybody, and it's very uncomfortable for everybody. So it is pitiless cold. And the next example is a poetic example. Little sorrows sit and weep. Sorrows and sit both begin with the same letter, alliteration. So little sorrows sit and weep. Now sorrows, yani gum. So gum cannot sit and weep, but the poet has used this figuratively to make it sound beautiful in words. Little sorrows sit and weep. Maybe little children are sitting and weeping because they are sad. So little sorrows sit and weep. The next is anaphora. Anaphora is a technique where several phrases or verses begin with the same word or words. Right? So same word is repeated again and again, and we had this example in our story Reminiscing. This is the last paragraph, and over here we have when I was 12 repeated 4 times in 5 lines. When I was 12, my parents bought a farm and I was the happiest being. It was not about how much you had, but what you did with the little you had. When I was 12, time went by slowly. We enjoyed each day with our family and friends, with simple things that made us thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His bounty. When I was 12, the world was honest and simple. When I was 12, time was abundant. See, so when I was 12 is used 4 times. So this is called anaphora. Now the last one is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is the term for a word that sounds like what it is describing. So the sound is similar to the actual sound that you are describing. So examples include whoosh, splat, buzz, click, splash, rustle. As you can see that the sound that they are describing, the word itself sounds like that sound. Okay, so that is called onomatopoeia. Now these figures of speech that I have discussed in this presentation, they are not all, there are several others. Okay. Now let's identify the figures of speech that we have learned just now. The first one is do your work carefully, do your work regularly, do your work neatly. Now what is this an example of? Yes, it is anaphora. The baby's skin is like silk. Like silk. Simile. He is always a stone, meaning that he is heartless or he doesn't show emotions. So he is always a stone. So what is this an example of? Metaphor. I have told you 1,000 times. Now what is this an example of? Hyperbole. He jumped into the pool with a splash. Onomatopoeia. The open doors screamed all night. Yes, personification. Okay, Jazakallah. See you next time. Allah Hafiz.